Hello, welcome back for the second and final part of this run-through of Game of Thrones, the board game. And this game is really lovely. It's all about, as you can imagine, fighting and deceiving each other and so on in the Westeros world. So the first thing that happens now in the third round, we will move the little marker down there to indicate that it's the third round, and then we go to the cards. And so the first thing that happens is a mustering, which means we will get more troops out. Then we have a Clash of Kings, which means we will bid on the influence track, so that will be interesting. And then we have a wildling attack, so the wildlings are coming down and we will have an attack. Okay, so first of all we have the mustering, and we'll do this in player order. So first of all, Martin, because he's still in control of the Iron Throne, even though nobody really have King's Landing yet, but... So Martin will, for every castle you control, Martin only has one, you will get the muster points. So mustering points 2 here, and Martin can decide. But I will explain, here it's a bit tricky because Martin would like to get maybe more units here, but he can't because of that supply limit again. So he has a 2 here and a 2 here. He's allowed to have a 3 and a 2. So the only thing he can do really is put out more ships.
One ship here. Another ship here.
So now he has a 3 and a 2, and the ship in the harbor doesn't count for that. It's on its own space. So then we'll take a look at Drako. Drako has a lot of space though. Well, sort of. He's sort of limited here as well. For this one he has 2 points. But let's see, he can't... He has 2-2. So he can't get in a third unit here.
But he can actually upgrade that footman to a knight.
Yeah, well, you should get a siege unit then. So he can be ready when he wants to move down. We can explain how the siege unit works as well.
That's true. Maybe if we can get a siege unit here.
Yeah, that's good.
And upgrade this one there.
Because here he only has 1 point, so that's an upgrade he's doing from one to a 2.
And then he'll upgrade this footman to a knight here as well.
Yeah. And then he still has 1 point here, so I think he would do a ship here as well. And just to indicate, because this area is connected out here to the sea, he can get the ship out here as well. And it's good to have it like this, because now this ship can have a support order to support this ship if there will be a combat here. Okay, so that was Drako's recruitment, or mustering as it's called in this game. And let's see, what do I want to do? I still control this area because it's my home area. And I control these because I left power tokens there. And the nice thing here is because it's mustering on the card, then I get to muster everywhere. If I would, right now I can't muster here because I don't have any units that can put out this order, so I can't manually muster, sort of. I have to wait for the card. But okay, so first of all here, I think I will go with 2 points. I will go for 1 ship out here, and I will do a footman. And now I have a unit here, which means I will get to put an order here, which means I can muster again and so on. Over here, what's it called now again? It's River Run, yeah, of course.
River Run, yeah.
I'll put out a knight. And in Harrenhal. I'm not good at geographics in Game of Thrones. Here I will have a knight. No, I can't put a knight. It's a small castle, so I'll put a footman there. And here, let's see. Now I can go up to a 3. I think I will do that. So I'll put in... and I can't put a boat here, because that would initiate combat. You can't do that during mustering. So I'm limited like that. But I'll put in another footman so I get stronger over here. So that was the mustering card. Now we go to the next one, which is sort of special. It's Clash of Kings. And now we will do a auction, a bid on the influence tracks. And this is really interesting. This is where the sort of intrigue part of Game of Thrones comes into the game. And they really transfer that well into this. So what we do first of all is we take a look at all the power we have. So I have 7 power. And now at all times I'm allowed to see how much power the other players have, or I can ask them. So let's see, how much power do you have, Martin?
I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11.
11, and Drako has, let's see, 6, he has 9. So you have 11, Drako has 9, I have 7 only, okay. And then we remove all these markers here. Yeah. And then we'll just bid on 3 times. There will be an auction to decide who is leading on these tracks.
And what's interesting is that since I have the Iron Throne token, you bid in order. You first bid on the Iron Throne, then Valerian Steel, and then the Raven. So since I have the Iron Throne the first round, if there are any ties in any bidding, I decide who gets the tie.
For this one.
Yeah, for this one.
And whoever wins this gets the tie on the other two. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Then we will take our power tokens like such. And This is a bit hard for Drako to do though.
I think.
And now everybody has chosen how many power tokens they want to bid for the Iron Throne. And so this is Drako, this is me. And Martin here comes as well. And then we just reveal. So Drako doesn't care for the Iron Throne. He gives it up. But I'm going hard into the Iron Throne. I want to have that to have the player order and that stuff. So I'm bidding 4 that are going to my supply. Martin is bidding 1. So I'll win the Iron Throne, and then Martin gets the 2nd place, and then Drako is the 3rd. And I'll get the Iron Throne token, so I decide ties now as well. And then we go to the next one, which is the Valerian Steel Blade. Now this is important because, of course, you want to have the... if you don't have the steel... Well, it decides ties in combat, besides being, of course, the one that wins gets this blade, and that's just +1 in combat strength, so... So, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so Drako bids a lot. Let's see, Drako bid 6. You have 4.
4.
And I have 1. And the fun thing is, if Drako had bid 4 and Martin had bid 4, I would decide who wins the sword. So that's the way it comes in, the whole intrigue stuff, where I would get to decide, and I would take a look. Well, of course, I'm closer to Martin, so maybe I would give Drako the strength right now and so. But he keeps his sword. He really wanted that sword, so he has it. And let's see, I'm the 2nd there on the track. No, you are the 2nd one.
I'm the 2nd.
Yeah, I only bid 1, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I'm losing ties to everyone now. Okay, and then we have the final track, which is the Raven. Now it has this function of being able to switch out orders. I haven't done that yet, but also it indicates how many stars you have for the star order, so it's quite important.
It also has the option, which I haven't actually said, to actually look at the wire.
Oh yeah, you can do that as well. So yeah,
the top card.
Yeah. Okay, so we're ready to go, and let's see. Martin is bidding 4, so he wins. That's no question. So just if you put your marker. And now Martin has 3 star orders. But now me and Drako both have 2. So now because I have the Iron Throne, I get to decide. And of course, I'm deciding that Drako loses.
Yeah.
So that's why it's really good to win that Iron Throne token right away. And Drako still has 1 power token. I don't have any now.
And I have 2.
Martin has 2. So you don't want to get too low on that, especially since we know there's a wildling attack coming. We kind of forgot about that, I think. But so we'll see how that goes, because that's the next thing that happens.
But we actually do have forgotten something.
You should have the Raven, of course.
Yeah.
So we just switched here. I took the throne, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we go to the 3rd card, and there's a wildling attack coming, and we take a look at their strength. The strength is 4. That means in a combined effort we have to contribute at least 4 power to win. Well, we only have 3 in total. I don't have any. Drako has 1 and Martin has 2. So now it's up to them to decide. Because the thing is, the one that contributes the least in a loss is going to get a penalty, punishment. If you contribute the most when there's a win, then the one that contributed the most gets a reward. So it's a really interesting system. I really like the system of the intrigues of Game of Thrones. So let's see what everyone bids. So I'm bidding 0, of course. Martin is bidding 2, and Drako is bidding 1. And Drako at least tried. And once again, if there was a tie, I would decide who got the punishment. Yeah. So I'll get the punishment. I'm take a look at the card. Now I could have been smart about this and taken a look earlier using my
Raven,
and then I would know what this is. But now I don't. Okay, so let's take a look. Well. They are massing on the milk water, and we have a wildling victory. This means the lowest bidder, if he has more than 1 house card in his hand, he discards all cards with the highest combat strength. And this is really bad for me, because remember, I have more than 1 house card in my hand, and I have 2 2s, which means I discard every card with the highest combat strength, so I'll lose both my 2s. If I had 3 or 4, then I would only lose 1 card. So if you take a look down now, well, it's not looking good for me in combat. I have really, really weak cards. So I will try to stay away from combat, I guess. So that's the fun of the wildling attack. Well, not fun, but anyway, that's how it works. And I almost forgot, everybody gets a penalty, because this was a combined effort and we didn't make it. So I lost, discard all my cards with the highest combat strength. The other players, they must choose and discard one of their cards. You choose one.
Choose and discard.
Yeah. So let's see, Drako discards a 0, This is Catelyn. And
I destroyed Melisandre.
okay. And put them like this so
Oh.
everyone can see what you used. So. Okay, so that was the wilding attack. And now we go to the planning phase as normal. And there's no restrictions, so we'll just do our orders.
Yep.
Alright, so now we do the planning, and let's see what I'm going to do. I think I will... I have to sort of think about what are the other guys going to do. Are they going to move and attack? Are they going to consolidate and so on? So let's see, I think I will do... now I only have 2 stars. I'll do this one down here. I'll do this in the harbor. And I can't consolidate power on the sea, that's pointless. But I'll do this one instead. And I think I will go for, because I'm talking loud here, I should do that in a normal game of course, but I'm totally out of power, so I will do this over here as well to boost myself a bit. Because I can never pick this power token up, it's down there. And then let's see, I think now it's also a time for, and if you get confused, this is really nice, if you get confused on which markers you used, you can just take a look down here and you see how many stars. That's why I put them in a line like this. I can just check, okay, how many stars did I put out, how many do I have, and so on. But I do have one more to go. I'll do this one, because I think... no, let's not do that. Let's do this one over here, and the normal one. I'll explain what that is soon as well. There. No, I'll have to put that one there and that one there. Okay. Yeah, I think that's okay. No. I'm going to put this one here. Anyway, so this is how it goes. This is why this game can take a long time because everybody has to decide. Okay, is everybody ready?
Yep.
Then we will go to revealing, and so let's see what Martin is doing. Okay, he's moving there. It's more interesting. I mean, I already know what I'm doing, so. And this order that I put out here, the helmet or the armor, is a defense token. That's the defense order. So I think we showed all the orders now.
So now I actually have the option to either to check with the Raven.
Yeah. You can. Martin can switch up one of his orders with one that he has behind the screen still. Mm-hmm. He wants to change anything depending on what he sees is happening.
And I think I want to look at the wildling deck. It really, it really surprised me. And I can either look at this card or and keep it there or put it underneath.
Okay. Yeah.
Which I'm doing.
Okay, and so we do first of all raid orders, but I don't think there's any raid orders out. No. So then we do the movement, and now I'm the first player because I took the Iron Throne there on the bidding. So let's see, movement. I think I only have one movement, so my ship will move north like this. That was my movement. Then we have Martin.
And I actually have my footman here, who is actually going to try and take King's Landing. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's actually enough that you need a tie or more to beat.
Because this is sort of like, this is a 5 in strength, so sort of the game itself is protecting King's Landing there. And then Martin needed 5 there to take it, as he did. With that support, of course.
With that support, yeah.
Okay, and then it's Drako's turn to move, and I think Drako has something planned here, so he will move one knight over there, like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Drako did build a siege unit here, so I'm guessing he's going to do a big attack. And then we go back to me, but I don't have any more move orders, so it's Martin's turn to move.
And I actually am going to go in with this unit here and take
nice. Yeah. So you get another castle there.
Yeah.
Which could be good if there's a mustering card coming up, of course. Mm-hmm. And now it's Drako's turn to move.
And he is moving in with his siege tower and knight all the way through the sea into what's it called?
My area. Yeah.
And moving in all the way in here.
And the reason he can do that is because he has a ship in this sea here.
Mm-hmm.
So he could move all the way from here and down there if you wanted to. Because of that, you sort of like you make a bridge using the ships that you can travel, and it's no extra movement points or anything. You just move over the sea, and this could be a bit tricky when you play this game at first, because it could be hard to see. Like on this side, it could be hard to realize that a boat standing down here, basically, because this is all one big space, could move up here. Or if you have a boat here and a boat here, then someone from this area could attack into Winterfell. So you have to consider those sea routes. And so we have a combat, and Drako is attacking with his siege unit. And the way the siege unit works is, in all cases, the siege unit has a strength of 0, except for when it's attacking a space that has a castle. Then it's a strength of 4. So in defense, it's worthless. But in this case, he will have 4, 5, 6, and the order goes with him here as well. And so he has a total strength of 7.
Mm-hmm.
And he also has a support out here, so he has a strength of 8. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because of my defense. So I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 because of my support.
Well, I'm thinking that Drako here really needs that castle, and I want to get some payback here. So actually, I'm going to support Drako's advance with my ship here, and you can actually do that. Because
now Martin is not involved in the battle directly, but because he is adjacent to the battling area with his support, he can choose whoever he will support, or none. He could choose to not support us. So that means that since he's supporting Drako will have a total strength of 10 and I have 9. And the reason Drako is doing this, of course, is because he can see that all my good cards are already played, and his cards are left in his deck, so he's ready to take me on. So now we'll play cards, so it's 10 to 9. But before we do that, I'm just going to mention there is a little deck coming with the game. It looks like this, where you will draw a card randomly when you fight to get an effect like +2 or so on, to get swords and everything. And this is to randomize the fights. Could be fun to play with once in a while because it gets sort of static otherwise. But we're not playing with it, and I think most Game of Thrones play don't like that deck anyway. Okay, so Drako is choosing a card, Martin is helping out. And I think I will play this guy. This is my favorite character from the series as well. Okay, so I have Tyrion Lannister.
And I have Eddard Stark.
Alright, so now, normally, Drako would have 14 to 10 in total, and he would kill 2 of my units. But Tyrion has the special ability that cancels the card, and then Drako has to choose another card. And if he doesn't have another card, then he cannot use a card for this combat. So this is really good to use if your opponent only has 1 card left in their hand.
Okay. So he takes the card back.
Yeah.
And then he chooses to actually place Robb Stark instead.
Yeah, okay. So he has a total strength of 13 and I have 10.
And he's using... no, he's not using the sword.
No, he could have used the sword as well, so he would have gotten even more strength there. And he's on top of me on the tie track there, on the sword track. So, okay, so I'm losing, but I'm not losing any units. That's the thing that I saved with using Tyrion.
But Robb Stark has a special ability. If you win this combat, you may choose the area to which your opponent retreats. And you must choose a legal area where your opponent loses the fewest units.
Yeah, so let's remove this defense order and the attack order. And now I have to retreat. Normally, I would get to choose where I want to go. I could go somewhere here. But now Drako gets to decide. I have 3 spaces I could go to. 1, 2, 3. But the thing is, I don't have 4 in size in supply. So if I go here, I would lose. I have to retreat here.
Mm-hmm.
Because then I don't lose anything. So I'll move them there. So Drako didn't really have a choice now. But anyway, he forced me to go there. Otherwise, I could have chosen to go here and on my own chosen to discard 1 footman.
And one thing that is important is that usually you flip the units to the side to indicate that they've been routed.
Yeah, and what this also means is, good that you pointed that out, Martin, because let's say Drako had another move order somewhere here, like this guy. Mm-hmm. He could go all the way down here into here and attack me, and now these would count for 0 strength in the second battle because they are routed. He could really beat me up.
And also, they won't be able to retreat the second time. And if you lose, you would all of them would die.
Yeah. So that's a good strategy to sort of attack from one side and then attack from the other side, flank them sort of to really kill off units. Okay, so that was Drako's move, and he attacked me. He really liked that. He really beat me up there. And so, okay, so Drako gets a castle,
yes, he
and
does.
I lost 1.
Yes, you did.
And that was all the movement almost. Martin has the move order over there on the sea as well.
So I'm going to take all my ships and I'm going to strike into the narrow sea against Drako.
Okay, so that's 3 ships and the order are plus 0. So that's 3. The support here doesn't help him at all on this because he's getting attacked, but this support does support him. So he has 1, 2 in strength, and you have 3. So they will both pick their cards out, and let's see what Drako will do. I can just mention Roose Bolton here is a really fun card. It means that if you lose the combat, he gets to return his entire house card discard pile into his hand. So a usual tactic for a Stark player is to play the strong cards and then play Roose Bolton and lose the combat on purpose to just get every card back. He'll play this one. So he has 2 and Martin has 3.
Yes.
So, Eddard Stark is played by Drako, and Martin is playing Brienne of Tarth, and she has a...
strength of 2.
Strength of 2, so Martin has 5, right?
5, yeah.
And Drako has 6.
Yes.
Drako could also use his sword if need be, so I think that was sort of a risky attack by Martin because Drako has the sword. But anyway, so Drako was sort of overkilling it. He didn't need to use the 4 really, but... Okay, so he will kill one of the ships, not 2, because there's a castle defending there on Brienne. So one boat is killed and the other ones are going back home. That looks crazy.
Rockets.
No, that looks too
much like... Otherwise you won't know if they're routed or not.
Alright, so now they're routed. So now Drako would really like to have attack order here, because then he could go down there and take the sea. Okay, so that was all the movement. Now we go to the Consolidate Power phase, and I start. And I can do all mine at once, really. So I'll get 1, 2, 3 power, which I really needed because I didn't have any at all. I mean, you never know with those cards when the next bid is coming or when the next wildling attack are coming. By the way, we did lose against the wildlings, so that means they lose 1 in strength. If we would have won, they would have gone to 0. So. Okay, enough of that. Let's go to this one. This is muster, and so I have 2 points here. I can muster something for 2. I'll just put in a knight, just make myself stronger here.
I'm gonna get 1, because 1 power token because I have
from the harbor,
and that's it.
And Drako is getting 1, 2, 3, so I get 3 power there. And then we do the cleanup where all the tokens of defense and support are removed from the board. And we are ready to go into the 5th round, I think. That was the 4th, yeah. No, this was the 4th, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but I think we will stop there because you've seen a lot of the game, you've seen how the game works, basically. The raiding, the fighting on sea, the fighting on land, people getting routed. These ones will stand back up again, of course, for the next round. And also, there's a lot of things happening in this game, but it's a really fun game. And as I said, it's really cool on 6 players where everybody is fighting for power and everything, trying to grab the castles, and you have the bidding and all that. So, do you want to add anything, Martin, to the...
Well, actually, besides the Feast for Crows expansion for 4, you also have another expansion for 6 as well, which I have to mention, which is called Dance for Dragons.
Yeah.
And keep in mind that if you haven't read the books or seen the series on TV, it does offer some serious spoilers as well.
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, things are changing. These decks are changing. Without saying anything of any spoiler, perhaps... Well, he's not even here. But perhaps Theon Greyjoy here, from here, he might end up in the Stark deck, you know. So that's how it's sort of really sticking to the story. It's a really well-made game. So that was Game of Thrones, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope that you will like the video. You see Drako's little thumb over there. He wants you to like the video. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Martin for helping us out. And we'll see you in another video, another date. So... I wish you a great evening or morning or whenever you're watching this. Take care. Bye bye.